Yeah, it's a farewell for both of them. Both were kind of emotional in the individual coaching sessions at the Pac-12 media days in Vegas. Mike Riley says, "This is not good versus evil." He invoked the phrase from The Godfather. This is not personal, it's business. It's all about dollars and cents.
Yeah.
Chip Kelly said, "I did not know we were leaving till the day it was announced." They don't include coaches in this conversation. His dialogue is school presidents and maybe the athletic directors or the chancellors. Said he had no knowledge at all. And of course, he leaves behind a long relationship in the conference, having been at Oregon, having been at other places. Riley said he is so excited because he's got the Heisman Trophy quarterback back for one more year in Caleb Williams. He's got a new offensive line. They think they've fixed their defense like they did last year. Last year they had 20 transfers in the portal. This year I think it's 14 to 16. They've really added a lot of role-playing guys. And for Kelly, who was really on the hot seat about a year ago this time and had a good season, now we find out what life after Dorian Thompson-Robinson is, because the quarterback's gone, and what life after Zach Charbonnet, the 1,100, 1,400-yard rushing running back, he's gone to the NFL too. So we'll see if Kelly can duplicate it. But Kelly does have a track record of developing quarterbacks, but sometimes it takes him some time. So this is not personal. It's just business. What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting to see where these two programs go, because they're so integral to the history of the Pac-12. And, for Southern California sports, I mean, you could make an argument that both the UCLA and the USC program are more important to the Los Angeles culture than the Chargers are, So amazing what's happening with them right now. I wish them the best, but it's going to be an odd not having them in the Pac-12.
Yeah, the Pac-12 is not as sexy a year from now with the Trojans and Bruins no longer part of that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with scheduling. Will the remaining Pac-10 schools, be it Oregon or Washington, whomever, will they want to play Southern Cal and UCLA in non-conference games? That's going to be really interesting to see. Or do they view them as being toxic, the enemy, because they left us behind? And then the whole wild card in the thing is, this is just not about Trojan football or Bruins basketball going to the Big Ten. This is about all their sports, all that travel.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about SC is going to travel 21,000 miles in 12 weeks in college football. I mean, a phenomenal amount of travel. And then you're doing it with baseball, and you're doing it with basketball, and you're doing it with volleyball, and you're doing it with swimming.
Mm-hmm.
That to me makes no sense at all. But be it as it may, those are the rules and the structure they're going to live by a year from now.
Well, remember back in the day, the Rose Bowl was always the champion of the Pac-12 and the Big Ten.
The granddaddy.
Yeah, the granddaddy of them all. And that's when we used to see, Ohio State, USC, and some really classic matchups. Now they're kind of in their own little world, or they'll soon to be in their own little world. But then again, the Bowls, they kind of abandoned that system anyways.
Well, college football goes to 12 playoff teams 2 years from now.
Nice.
Keep that in mind too. Okay, we go from